The following program was paid for by Southern American Media. Fox 30 WGBC invites you to the talk of all the towns in East Mississippi and West Alabama. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty, Ray, and Candace.
And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with Candace. And where has the week gone? It's Thursday.
It's flown by. It has. And I'm glad.
75 now as we wait for a high of only 86. Now, rain in the forecast after 1 o'clock. The severe threat of weather is going to be south of us near Hattiesburg. So no real worries. You may get a sprinkle or two. And I've got Ricky Bobby and his whole family out there going, don't let the rain come, and why not?
Yeah.
The big races get underway tonight at Why Not,
right.
all the way through Saturday.
That's right. You might want to put some mud boots on.
It is the big event out there. They have a lot of fun, and I hope you'll join them with that.
Yeah.
Special guest coming up this morning that will tell us how you can make some extra money with stuff just laying around your house.
That's right.
Girl, smart.
Mm-hmm. Children's clothes.
Yeah, and she got a lot of people she wants to talk about. She's got this little list over there. She's going to talk about them in a minute, so y'all don't rush off. Miss Haley Bounds will join us here in just a little bit. So what's going on over the last 24 hours? The first thing that we want to do is we need to send out a prayer or two. There was an accident last night on Highway 39. Let's pull this up. This, as I mentioned this morning, this would be near Todd Tillman's old church, or where he used to pastor.
Cornerstone.
A motorcycle, we don't know the details of how the wreck happened. I haven't gotten the official word from police, but as we look at this, a motorcycle was involved. And I'm not 100% sure that it wasn't two people that was rushed to the hospital. I know one for sure. Serious injuries involved a car and that motorcycle. And
we surely hope they're going to be okay.
Yeah. The last report I got was they were taken to the hospital. So a little prayer there for those folks that are, that's scary.
It
no
is
other way to word
scary.
it.
I mean, in a car, you have a little shielding. In a motorcycle, it's just...
Yeah, here you are. So we certainly hope everything turns out okay on that. If you came along, that's what the commotion was like. And that's right through the red light past Hardee's.
Right.
We had another pretty serious accident last night. Possible injuries in this. This would be the Zero community. As we go out there to take a look there, Metro was called. It was a crash there turning into Crescent Lake Road off of Zero Road.
That's real curvy.
Yes, it is.
That road is a winding road.
You go on past the store, and that's where it happened. So thoughts also go out to y'all's community, as we hope everybody ends up being okay with that. It's what we're hoping anyway. Let's see some other things. Let's get into some things that went on as we talk about this every day. Of what goes on, crime behind the scenes in our area. And we call it North Meridian. Are y'all paying attention to me?
Right. We just said yesterday that it's gradually moving more towards the North Hills area, and it just seems like it is every day.
Let's look at this. A home was struck with gunfire last night on 36th Street. Here we are. Here's Country Club Drive, Grandview. Right here, a house shot with gunfire. Now, it's not over. Let's move right on down the street. A few minutes later, gunshots would be reported right here also. And I'm not 100% sure that a home was not struck there. I know one was hit here and one was struck. It was actually right here. Now, as we get further into this, let me show you this of what went on. The 1700 block is where the next gunfire would take place. But at the end of this, on Parkway Boulevard, is where two juveniles with pistols would be seen going through cars, grabbing door handles. And they were loaded for bear, is the best way to word it, with guns. Now, what all this started out, we didn't have anybody toting guns. They were just stealing stuff. But not the case anymore. This is just getting serious more and more. Let me go back here and pull this map back up here as we look at all of this area here of what's going on in this area here. As you get into this, just look how close we are here. Here's North Hills here. Here's Northwood Country Club. This is what we're looking at right in this area right here.
Yes.
Gets worse and worse every day. Now, if this concerns you, let me show you a name that you probably ought to contact. Let me pull this up on the screen. And if I read my map right, 40th Street would be the change of your council person. But if we're looking at this correctly, we pull this up, Taisha Bell will be District 5. which includes the Poplar Springs. That's 5E section where all this gunfire is happening each night. You can email her at tbelllindsay@meridianms.org. Y'all see that? That's who you contact if you live in there and you're tired of that happening every night.
Yeah.
It is getting to the point in certain points of Meridian to where you almost feel that you're going to have to hire your own security team.
A little over a year ago, one of my clients had her car stolen right off of Poplar Springs Drive, going towards the Northwood area. But somebody stole her car and wrecked it, as a matter of fact. So, and I don't know that they were ever caught.
It's a common thing, and this is increasingly getting worse. It will eventually move into District 1. As I've got a map over here to my right that's huge and big that shows all of these areas where it is. It's to the point to where, as I brought up in the show, brought up the security, you may have to just really hire the Neshoba County security at the Neshoba County Fair. I know those guys, they're good, and they could protect you.
Yes,
What else do you say?
Yeah, I don't know what the answer is, and we've said that, both of us have said that many times, but something is going to have to change. I mean, I don't know what. I mean, everybody that can get a camera, you know. I know not everybody can do that, but it does help.
Now, it was two of these there where the gunfire happened and the cars were getting broken into there, or at least the door handles gone through there.
Right.
It was two juveniles. One of them was arrested, had a gun on him.
Right.
We go next. Let's move over a little bit further to the east there. Let's go up Highway 39, right in here, the Woodland Apartments. They were spied upon, 4 males going through cars, handle after handle. So if you live in the Woodlands, that area, anywhere here on Highway 39, check your car this morning. Right. If something is missing, contact the Meridian Police Department. Now, again, I'm not running down the police department. I don't want y'all to think that.
No.
They're shorthanded.
But what I would love to know is, you know, we live in a wonderful city. I mean, it's been wonderful for years. It's just, it's got a bad thing going for it right now.
Called criminals.
With all this crime. It really does. But, you know, there's a lot of beautification of the city going on right now, you know, redoing sidewalks, redoing this, redoing that, and that's a wonderful thing. But what I would love to know is how much money is being allotted for law enforcement, or maybe installing more cameras, or the cameras that are there,
that's where I was going.
Put them more at use. You know, are you accessing the cameras? The people that can access them, are they being accessed? Maybe there needs to be more cameras installed. I think it will help. I know that the sheriff had told us that, or maybe it was Ward Calhoun, had told us that the ones that are in the county have helped them solve many crimes.
I think we had a bigger problem on that. We've had tons of police officers leave. If y'all look back at the history of this, and they've gone to other agencies. Right. We're down to somewhere around 18 to 20 that can actually handcuff people. Right. Now, there's more people in the place, but they're, you know, behind the scenes. But actually handcuffing people, it's very few.
And I mean, do not get me wrong. I think, you know, beautifying our city is a wonderful thing. I think that's great. I think any kind of improvement is great.
The money,
right.
the money is there. We just don't have the people.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Use the money to try to hire more people.
But you're not getting my point here. Yeah. They were there and they took pay cuts and left.
Yeah. Well,
Meridian Police Department pays more than the other agencies.
Even if you can't get the officers right now, get the cameras.
We got those, but you have to
put more in. I mean, I know I understand.
You have to use them,
right? Yeah, I do. I understand that. Like, yeah, they need to be accessed. If they're not being accessed, they need to be accessed. You know, and another thing, I mean, people want to be informed about. I mean, what is wrong with having a weekly press conference? Jackson does it. The mayor of Jackson does it every week. Because every time he goes on, I get a notification on my phone. Even though I don't live in Jackson, I listen to his press conferences, and he is very informative to the people. Now, Jackson has got problems of its own with crime. They do. Nothing can be solved overnight. I understand that. And
let's just say we've had press conferences for murders, and well, no questions were allowed.
Right. There's no questions being able to be asked, and if they are, it's like a generic answer, like it's going to take time. I mean, we need to know more than that. You know, we need to know what a plan is here. So.
Yeah, we need the plan. Yesterday, Cassie stepped up to the place, our DA in Meridian. Miss Cassie Coleman, she sent somebody to jail, life in prison. just a person that just kept on offending, breaking the law over and over and over with this. Alfonso McDonald yesterday was sentenced to serve a term of life without parole over the Department of Corrections. This has been dating back 2018, and the list goes on back to, 2006.
Yeah.
I'm glancing at this. Just a repeat offender. They've had enough. He's been sent to jail.
Why does
Life.
it take that long? That's another thing I want to know. I mean, why does it take from 2006 to 2000 and almost 23?
His last offense was 18, so that puts us, we're at 2. That's still 4 years. That's too long.
Yeah.
That's a few of the things that went on overnight there. I wanted to bring this up. Over in Livingston, Alabama, they're getting ready for a night out. If you live in Livingston, got a lot of folks over there that watch us. Y'all go over to the J.C. Park. They're going to have a public safety night out. I think they got a parade going to happen.
Okay. Yeah.
Big deal there.
That is a big deal.
Hope you'll join them a lot there. Oh, and I almost forgot, Candace. We got to talk about this. We got a puppy dog that needs a little help here in Meridian.
Oh.
Let me pull up this picture where y'all can get a good look at this, of what we've got. This little fella was found in the middle of Highway 39. He had been run over. He was injured, had motor oil all over him. The roadside rescue has rescued him. And the vet bill is about $350. They need help paying for that, any amount that you could donate. Plus, if you'd like to adopt that little fellow when he gets well enough, they'd like to talk to you.
He's cute.
I got a link there where you can link up with them and help him out.
He's
Neat
so
little deal
cute. I'm so glad they do stuff like this. Put their little pictures up there.
It is.
Yeah, hopefully he'll find a home.
We all are. It tugs at my heartstring when you deal with things of this nature, and I hope it does you as well. We're going to tell you this morning. You remember that guy that broke out over in Arkansas? Jumped out of jail, broke out of jail, shot at the guards, ran across into Mississippi. They ain't found him yet, but he's got help, and we're going to tell you who's helping him. He's still on the loose in the state of Mississippi or Tennessee. They hadn't caught him. Y'all don't go anywhere. We got a lot to do, and we're going to be speaking with Haley next about, how you can make some money with the stuff in your house. All coming up. It's here, the Fall Sweet Pea Swap, located at the old Jeffries building at Bonita Lakes. Drop-offs will be held September the 8th through the 10th. The public sale gets underway September 16th and 17th from 10 in the morning until 7 at night. Then again Sunday, September the 18th from 1 until 6 with 25% off. And our final day, Monday, September the 19th, with 50% off from 10 until 7 p.m. Make sure to come by the most talked about event all year, the Fall Sweet Pea Swap, at the old Jeffries building, Bonita Lakes. Spring is here, and it's time to quit spending all of your weekend cutting grass when you could step up to a Skag zero-turn mower. Freeman Tractor in Collinsville has the #1 rated zero-turn mower, Skag, with cutting widths from 36 inches to 72 inches. Skag, the #1 choice of professional landscapers because they know nothing outcuts or outlasts a Skag. 0% financing for 48 months with payments starting as low as $129 a month. Stop by Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 and see coleslaw or buttermilk. The Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville is passing along these great savings this week. Mississippi sweet potatoes, 49 cents a pound. Fresh peaches, $2.49 a pound. Vidalia onions, a 3-pound bag, $2.99. Green, red, or black grapes, $2.99 a pound. Fresh leg quarters, a 10-pound bag, $7.99. And certified Angus beef T-bone steaks, family pack, only $11.99 a pound.
And we're down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
And welcome back, Scotty, Ray, and Candace. It is Thursday, as I said.
It is. Friday Eve.
The fastest hour on television that we got. We want to welcome in our special guest that is joining us today, Miss Haley. How in the world are you doing, Haley?
I'm good. All
right, now, you've got an event. How many years has this been going on?
It's been going on. This is our 13th year. Whoa. So it's our 26th sale.
So, and what this is all about, if you've never heard of this, somehow been living under a rock in the surrounding counties, never heard a Sweet Pea Swap. It's where you bring your kids' clothes and toys and you get to sell them.
Mm-hmm. Maternity clothes also, I think.
Oh, really?
Isn't that right?
Yeah, and we do some house decor and furniture and, purses,
Yeah.
bags, anything.
Now, this is anticipated of trying to be the first to get in. Is that not because that's where your good stuff is?
That's right. That's right. That's the whole point. Is when you consign, you have to consign at least 15 items, and then you get to be the first to shop. So we get those things that first weekend, and then on Tuesday night are our first shoppers. So those people come in the door very first. They get first pick.
Now, this is coming in September, but not long from now. You got to start getting your stuff signed up, don't you?
That's right. That's right. Right now is registration, so you can register right now at sweetpeaswap.com, and it'll just ask you for your basic information. So that information is so that if you don't come pick up your check, that we have a place to mail it. So you'll just get a number. It'll give you a number, and that'll be your consignor number, and that's how we pay you. And that's up until drop-off is, I have my notes here, drop-off is September 8th. That starts September 8th. So
That's not long off. And what I was doing here, let me show you how this works when you go over. You go over to Facebook, easy to find, y'all. You just type in Sweet Pea, and then you go right here, and you can click right there, and then this takes you right to your web page to where you can get all this information.
that's right.
Pretty simple, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it gives you the dates there, and it's usually a line to get in, isn't it?
It is. On the first first night for the shoppers, it's not. The worker sale is not really a line. Consigner night is the next night. So these are private sales through the week. And then we open up for the public sale on that weekend, which is September 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th. And those are busy days. So it's best to come in to the pre-sales before if you want the better things.
Now, when we say that of signing up, like if you sell something, you can shop early. Is that how that kind of works?
So if you consign your items and you don't work, so if you work and consign, you come in first on that Tuesday night. If you just consign your items, you would come in on that Wednesday night. And then on that next Thursday night is a ticket holders pre-sale. So you can pay $10 at the door and you can come in before we open to the public. And that's always very good to do because Friday for our first day of public sale is super busy. Super busy.
And you probably know this as well. 'Cause you got some stuff, don't you?
I've had a ton of stuff that I just didn't, know what I wanted to do. I wasn't really sure on how it actually, what you did. That's what my next question was. For those people who've never done it and they want to consign some items, can you give them like step by step what they need to do?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course. It's super easy. So you would just go to the website and you would register as a new consigner. And it'll just ask you for your basic information, name, address, and phone number, and email in case we need to call you for an item that the tag is off of it or something. It's personal. We don't give your information to anybody. It's just my sister and I. We're co-owners. And so you tag all your items. You hang them. You bring them in, and then we check them. We make sure that they're not stained, that they're of season. This is our fall sale. We have two sales a year, so this is the fall sale. So this would only be, winter coats and pants and your not swim things. So this would be your, I don't know, I can't even think of something.
Your fall wardrobe?
Your football,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. Your hunting things. And so we do all hunting stuff besides guns, but we'll do all the clothes. Those sell really well. But anyway, you bring them in and we check them and we make sure that they're of season and no stains and holes. And then you'll put them out to where they go, to the size and to the gender. And then we have the sale. And then after the sale, if your things don't sell, what doesn't sell, you can come pick up. We'll have it laid out for you to come in and get your things, or we will donate everything to Hope Village.
Oh, that's a pretty good thing.
Yeah.
Because we see people up throughout the year selling their items on Facebook, or different, media sites or whatever. But
So what do you think a person, just on average here, you got stuff laying around, what do you think they could make? I got this stash over here in the corner. What would it bring, you think?
Well, I try to tell people, I see a lot of people on Facebook trying to sell this pair of shorts and that shirt. And if you come to Sweepy Swap, it is worth not running around going to deliver a pair of shorts. Or it is a 30-70 ratio. So it's 30% for us and 70% for our consigners. But even after all of that, you still make more than you would a garage sale. You make more than if you were to just sell each individual piece.
Right.
People can talk you down in your prices, and at Sweepy Swap, they don't talk you down. The price is what's on the tag. That's what the person asked for. It is what it is until we get to the 25% off and the 50% off days. So.
Not to mention when you sell something like you were talking about people do, that's not always as safe as what you think it is.
That's exactly right.
Going to meet people, you don't know who you're meeting.
Absolutely. And I've done it years ago. I did it. One vest I wanted from a guy. 3 times he didn't show up. So I was like, that's it. That's going to be a selling point for me for Sweepy Swap.
And I hear that y'all security is the mommy mafia. Is that true? That they tote purses that are heavy?
We do have real security. So we have deputies that come in and do our security for us.
This is really a neat deal. Now, tell us where this is.
Okay,
Where's
so
it going to be at?
It's at the old Jeffries building at Bonita Lakes. The address is 1003 Bonita Lakes Drive. It's just the old place where Jeffries used to be. And it's a fantastic building for our sale. It's perfect for us.
Let me
And
ask
that's
this.
where you drop everything off.
That's where you drop it off. That's where you do the sale, and that's where you'll pick up your things.
Okay.
I don't know prices. Y'all probably know more about this. Let's say that you're getting ready to have a baby. Before long, you need a baby bed, you need swings. What does a new baby bed cost brand new? And then what do you think the savings are coming to you? And this is just guessing now.
Yeah. So baby beds they can range anywhere from, I'd say, $250 to whatever you want to pay. But we say that 1/3 of what you would buy in a store, because you have to remember some of these stores go 50% off,
right,
at the end of the season. So 1/3 is a good price for a used item. So that's the savings that you get on these items. I mean, and this is recession proof. This whole business is recession proof. So it doesn't matter. People still need clothes.
That's correct.
And even if times are tough, this is a good place to get them for cheap. And you can get anything that you need.
Because kids, because my mama used to take me, I never bought my kids not one single piece of clothing. I know that may shock y'all, but mothers know this of how quick a child grows out of clothes.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
That's right. That's exactly right. And it's good for the whole, like, all of my kids have been in Sweepy Swap clothes. I mean, even now, you can bring teenage. We don't take adult clothing, but you can bring teenage clothing, and those sell pretty good. So even now, they can still fit. Those are some of adult sizes, so it's still worth it.
Well, the fact that y'all really inspect the clothes, make sure they're not stained, they're in good condition, that's a big plus right there.
Yes. It's definitely worth it, and it's worth your time, and it's worth the effort to get the things in, because we have people that make $1,000. We've had people that have made $2,000 or $3,000 off of that. Is their take home off of this sale. So it really is. I try to tell my friends, it really is a money getter. I mean, things laying around your house. I mean, right now I'm going through my house. Am I using this? Are my kids using this? They hadn't played with this in a year. I'm taking that.
I've got tons of toys.
You better load them up.
More than my son or my grandsons will ever even play with.
I know.
It's crazy.
It is.
So this is just out of, I don't know things because I'm not into that world, and Angie always had. What would you say is the most sought after item on this? What is the number one thing that when people walk through the door, I got to have this? What is it that people go after?
I would definitely say it's some of these super name brands, Matilda Jane. It's some of these clothes that are very expensive, and they can get them almost brand new for low prices.
Matilda.
So,
I didn't never heard of Matilda
They're like
before.
little designer.
yeah, it's boutique type. It's trunk show clothing that are expensive clothes, and then you can get them, and for the low prices, it's worth it. I'm telling you, it is worth it. I'm not just saying that just because it's my business, but it is worth it to make money on the things that are laying around your house, to swap it out. And we cut checks at the very end when you come pick up your items on that Thursday after we shut everything down and break it down. We cut checks for you, so you get a check that day. And if you don't show up, which is fine, some people don't, we'll mail it to you.
Let me ask, do y'all accept debit cards, or is everything cash?
Yes, we do take debit card. It is a 3% charge on those, but we don't take American Express, and we do not take checks. But every cash and debit card we do.
So you can leave home without it.
Yeah.
That's gone for it. You never hear that anymore.
I know.
They just drop that little slogan, didn't they? Let's pull this back up here. As we look at this, of the drop-off, you're going to be starting the drop-off, which is not long from now. On the 8th, is it 4 o'clock in the afternoon here?
Yes, that's 4 to 8, and it's just a half of a day. And then we go that Friday and then that Saturday all day, 10 to 6.
So what is is there a better time to do the drop-off, or is it just wide open the whole time?
It's wide open. That Thursday, 4 to 8, is super busy. Those are our go-getters. They have their things ready to go. And you print your tags off at home, so you can either print them off at home or do an index card, and we'll print off the little little barcode for you at the store.
Now, do you? This is my next question because I don't know. Do you hang the clothes, or do they have to go in?
They have to hang it. They have to hang it. It has to be hung correctly and on the right hangers that we ask. It has to be pretty strict because the room for clothes is not very much. So we have to be pretty strict on the clothes and the way that they're hung.
And let's look at this as we talk about when the public sale is going to happen. Let me pull this up here also. And this is right here, the public sale. Explain this again to us right through here.
Okay, so the public sale at 9 o'clock in the morning on that Friday, that first day of the public sale, we have a mommy pre-sale, and that's at 9 o'clock. So if you have small grandchildren, like baby grandchildren, or if you just had a child, you can come to that. Now, we open up at the public from 10 to 7 on Friday, which is the 16th, Saturday, and then September 18th and 19th are our 25% off and 50% off days. And those are our last days. So we're trying to break those prices down so we can move items.
Yeah, come get it is what you're saying there.
Yeah.
Well, this is a big deal. Now, again, let's go back over. You mentioned going to the website to contact you. Is that basically what you do?
Yes. So after you've read the instructions on the website, if there's any questions, which you can contact us anytime, just send us through a message through our Facebook or through our email or through our website, and it'll go straight to our email. And if you have questions about how to do things and you've read the instructions, and message us, we'll be glad to help you in any way that we can.
There's always a question in there.
Yeah.
So you take children's clothing, maternity clothing, household items, and you take adult clothing?
We do not take adult clothing.
No adult clothing.
Adult clothing.
Okay, that's what I wanted to make sure about.
We simply don't take adult clothing because adults can wear clothes for 40 years.
Because when you said hunting clothes.
Yeah, now we do take hunting, like camo and things like that. Yeah, I mean, we'll put it in in big boy area, but
I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
I wanted to I didn't want people showing up with all their adult clothes.
Yeah. But we take shoes, all of that. Not adult, but I mean, if it's teenage, I mean, it has to be what a kid would.
I guess the best way to word it is when they still growing.
That's right.
That age.
Young adult.
Yeah.
Now, over 40 people still grow, but it's just in different areas, right?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Making sure I quickly understood that.
Yeah.
Boy, there's a lot to learn on this as we get ready for this. And again, this is coming in September. It'll be here before you know it. And y'all are all geared up for this, ready to go?
Oh, yeah. This is every 6 months. We do this 2 times a year. So this is the fall sale. So.
And I have an off-the-wall question.
Yeah.
Is there food here? Do y'all sell food there too?
No.
Girl.
No. You can go to McAllister's around the corner. If you have a food truck you want to put up, talk to me. We'll let you do it.
Chick-fil-A not that far off from there.
Right.
Well, thanks for coming in and letting us know a little bit about this. This is neat.
Yeah.
So neat. I really would like to do it, so I'm going to try to get my stuff together. Yeah.
Get it all together. I brought this up this morning, and I think everybody in this room can kind of agree on this. Texas. Did y'all see this story this morning to where this is right outside of Dallas, in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, to where they did an investigation. They had some books that were put in the library that were risque. Right. I'll leave it at that without having to go into just how bad they were. Mm-hmm. The committee got together, and they've ruled that they're throwing the Bible out. It's 41 books total, but the Bible is part of it.
Yeah, this is what's wrong with the whole world right now. This is one of the main things. The main thing.
It just blows me away that somebody could do that. Where are we headed over the next 10 years with this happening?
I'm telling you, that's why we've got to get there's got to be a turnaround when election time comes. We have got to get people who have, Christianity and the Bible and stuff like that back into the schools and back into the offices that these people hold, because they do not have best interests of this country at heart.
Do you know? Let me read you the quote here as to why the Bible was thrown out. And then the bad part is somebody listened to this and took action on it. Among the challenges were the versions and translations of the Bible, which is described as being authored by men who lived a long time ago. That is why it is being taken out. And then we get it. How could Anne Frank, that was just pretty much the horror that she lived through. How could that be something that is found offensive?
This is what is crazy to me. People like these people who have analyzed all this information, they nitpick down to the core of stuff and really like make a mountain out of a molehill. I mean, like they put stuff in people's minds that are really not even there. They just try to come up with stuff, you know, and people changing words, you know, and it's just crazy to me that stuff that is just obviously wrong in our society, they just let that slide, you know.
Now,
but they nitpick stuff like.
They do. Now, a problem that we had since that pandemic happened, so few people, you know, they just didn't go back to church. And it's understandable there in the beginning because we didn't know what was going on as far as what could be passed along if you bumped into somebody. But they never, as a whole, went back to church. And it's hurt that. Next subject that I want to ask, just your opinion on this. Alabama, as a lot of people love Alabama football. Did y'all see where it was approved this week? And how many, 100,000 people that place holds? They're getting ready to sell beer and wine at the games. Is that a good idea? You know how people get rowdy when they have a few?
Well, let me just give you a little insight. That's been going on for a while.
I know they do it in the parking lot. But
yeah, I mean, there was people behind us that,
absolutely.
like one time when I went to an Alabama game, I looked and there's little mini bottles of alcohol.
This happens at every game, but
this is not a good thing.
This is going to be, and I'm sure the revenue is going to be astronomical. It'll probably cost you $8 for a little one there. Yeah. I'm exaggerating. I don't know what it'll cost, but could this cause it to a free for all?
Well, it's going to be a mess. I'm gonna tell you. You know, when you mix alcohol with wildness, fans and stuff, it's not a good thing going to come out of that. But you know, But anyway,
so who I have to ask you, Haley, who do you root for? Is it Mississippi State?
State.
See, I'm State also. What are you over there?
I mean, I've always rooted for Alabama.
I knew it was coming. She's one of those, y'all. Alabama. Well, it'll be interesting to say the least. But that one's, I didn't even know that they were voting on that, but it's been approved, going through. So y'all be prepared. We got a lot more coming up this morning. We'll tell you about some more stories, and also we'll take a quick look at back what happened on this date. That's all next here. Y'all don't rush off.
The Square Peg Mini Mall, located across from the Neshoba County Co-op in Philadelphia, Mississippi, is a family-owned business that promises to treat you like family. The Square Peg Mini Mall has been operating for over 10 years and boasts over 30 vendors with a rotating inventory to fit that something you're looking for. Inventory is constantly updating, so there's always a chance for a surprise when you step inside. Come visit the Square Peg Mini Mall, located on 335 West Main Street in Philadelphia, Mississippi.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, daybeds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
And welcome back, Scotty, Ray, and Candace, as we get ready for another morning, as we look back on things that happened on this day. Now, I remember watching Nellie Olson get involved in this. She was a very outspoken woman. Okay, I watched it on Little House on the Prairie. But
she's mean.
That woman was... Did y'all
Nellie?
ever,
are you talking about Nellie?
No, I'm talking about Mama. Mama, what's her name? Mrs. Olson.
Yeah, Mrs.
Harriet.
Olson. Harriet. Yeah, she's mean too.
Did you ever just really feel for Nels?
Oh, yeah. I thought, how does he put up with them? I just...
What do you call that word? What's that?
Henpecked.
Oh, yeah, that word.
Nagger.
Yeah.
Bless him. But today began it. 19th Amendment happened. And what happened? Well, women were allowed to vote. And I remember Miss Harriet protesting that there. She wanted to be a part of it and be able to vote. Anybody? Y'all remember that episode?
I don't remember that episode, but...
She had a little sign. Well, she was tough.
Yeah, she had... attitude.
I remember Mickey Gilley talking about that. Y'all remember the song "Don't the Girls Get Prettier at Closing Time," where he mentioned, I admit that even Robert Redford needs an overhaul.
Yeah.
Well, Robert Redford was born on this date back in 1936. That's shocking that it's been that long ago since Robert Redford. Along came The Electric Horseman and so many other movies that he was in. Sting.
Now, he is still around, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's not passed.
He doesn't quite look like that anymore.
He doesn't.
No,
And
he's aged.
Yeah, he has
We all
aged.
do. I want to say this, and I want to say it publicly. I am saving the Meridian area market because I am not going to show what I saw last night. It scared me.
Did it?
It ruined my childhood dreams.
Oh, really?
Just shattered it right out.
Well, shame on whoever that did that.
It was a story about Catherine Bach, then and now, and I should have never opened the article. And I'm not going to do that to y'all. I'm going to leave that memory of her jumping in the General Lee as it once was.
So it was a photo?
Yes.
Okay.
Very detailed pictures of her, and I wish they hadn't have done that to me.
Well, you know.
But I accidentally clicked it, and it ruined it. Just ruined it.
Well, Scotty, right? You know, everybody ages.
She's a sweet
They
woman.
don't always stay this big around and can wear short
right.
shorts.
I'm
That's
just saying how time changes, and you have
yeah.
somebody, just that figure like what's her name from I Dream of Jeannie. She's still that. Oh wait a minute, she still looks that way.
Well, you know, I forget the lady's name, but we were watching Gunsmoke.
Yeah.
I'm gonna mention it one more time this week. But we were watching, and there was an actress on there who was in one of the Burt Reynolds movies. Like, I don't know if it was. She has the long blonde hair. I cannot remember what her name is, but she looked really good at an older age. She's like in her 80s now.
I don't know. I know
can't
that
remember what her name is. I'll pull it up in a minute. But
I know that there was a lot of young ladies in high school that the boys didn't ask out a lot. And boy, you put 10 years on them, and they've put the cheerleaders to shame. They just need a little aged, just beautiful women. 1952, and this guy, again, I've mentioned before, had a Meridian connection. Y'all remember this guy? Patrick Swayze was born on this date, and you'll remember him from so many great movies. What a guy he was.
I remember seeing his photo on the wall at one of our local restaurants.
Over news,
Yeah.
I've seen him there several times.
Yeah.
Could be in some other places. 1964, again, I'm not a huge fan of this, but I know there's a lot of you amongst us who love these guys. Any Beatles fans? They landed in America in 64 at San Francisco. And then, as they say, it was all over but the crying after that. They became a huge star in the United States after that.
Yeah. I think there was a lot of Beatles fans.
Yeah, he was.
Paul McCartney fans. Yeah.
I can only name Hard Day's Night, or I don't really know Beatles music. Buck Owens did not do any remakes of the Beatles. I just want y'all to know that. 1973, I don't care who you are, what type of music you listen to. You knew this one because you could picture it. Louisiana Woman, Mississippi Man. Well, they get together. That was the #1 song on this date. And, of course, it was Loretti and Conway. The man who just really sang to the women.
I loved Conway Twitty. I thought
So did
I
all
loved
the
his
other women.
music.
Yeah.
Still got it today. You can turn on a Conway, and he was really your man before it came along with Lionel Richie. He was it. He sang to ladies, and they loved him for it. Let's see what happened. 1990. Do y'all remember that TV show? Was it Designing Women?
I loved that show.
Yeah.
It was
Used
the
to
best
watch
show.
that too.
Yeah, Julia
cover
Sugar
of-
Baker.
Yeah.
She could clip your wings real quick.
She could.
with that southern.
But they made the cover of TV Guide back in 1990. It's just so hard to believe 1990 is that long ago now.
I used to love when she'd get a hold of somebody, that she wanted to really cut to the bone, and she'd say it with no bad language. She would just really put them in their place.
There's certain Southern women who have that art, who can do
Absolutely.
that very eloquently.
Absolutely.
And then
Like
you
when you
walk
say,
away and you
"Bless
go,
your heart."
did she just do
Yeah, if you're watching and you're not from the South, the phrase "bless your heart" could mean many different things.
It could be. It could be there.
Yeah.
Let's see here. 1992. I hadn't heard of this guy since he retired. But back in the day, he was it when you thought about basketball. There's still a few people. Every once in a while, you'll be in a store and you'll see a Larry Bird shirt go by. He retired from basketball in 92 on this date. I don't know what. The strange thing about that, he didn't go on to endorse everything. He didn't get the American Express card, and wonder why.
Is he still living?
I assume.
I think he is still living. I remember when he retired though, because I was graduating from high school that year, and yeah.
My question is, did he ever make it to an episode of Scooby-Doo with the Harlem Globetrotters? Did he ever make
I
it
don't
there?
think he was ever on the Scooby-Doo. No.
That was when you had made it in life. 2003, the #1 song on this date. You know this. What is interestingly, this was this man's first #1 that he ever had, and a lot of people think that it was tons of them. But no, it would take Alan Jackson dragging him along before he got it. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah.
Can you believe that was 2003 that song was on the radio?
That was a good
I
song.
want to make you feel old.
Yeah.
Hello.
Almost 20 years ago.
Why'd you say that?
I know, right?
It just really made me feel old all of a sudden there.
I know.
Crazy.
It really, like you were saying a while ago, talking about age. I mean, it really is true. You have your picture in your mind of these people, from years ago, and then when you see them, it just shocks you. Or songs come up and it just takes you back to the day, when you...
One of the most interesting, and most people are not going to know the song when I bring this up. Anybody remember Aaron Tippin?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, what a great guy. He had a song called Looking Back at Myself. And it's about a guy that walks up to the mirror and he looks at the mirror and he's going, geez, I look old. And basically he goes through, well, I got this scar because I've done this and this happened to me. And he's looking at himself. And for each mark on his face was a lesson in life that he learned. Mm-hmm. He wouldn't be the man that he is if it weren't for the way that he looked. And you really have to pay attention to things like that. It does tell a story.
That's right.
And I apologize about saying that about Catherine Bach.
Well, I mean, if we didn't go through the bad times, we wouldn't know how to
absolutely
appreciate the good times. So.
Ooh, hey, were you telling me that your husband was really bad about not washing his plates after eating? Isn't that what you were mumbling when you come in?
After what?
After supper, not washing the plates, not helping enough with that?
I don't want him washing. It would be halfway done. Absolutely not. No.
Like they'd say, hit it with a lick and a promise.
Yeah.
And go with it.
He would try to get fired from that job. No.
Yeah. I'm not great at it, but I do it occasionally.
Mm-hmm. No, he can stick to the outside stuff. I'll stick to the inside stuff. I'm fine with that.
We got so much more coming up. Y'all don't rush off. We'll tell you. We still got at least 20 minutes to talk. Woo! Good stuff on the way as we bring you your Thursday. If you're getting ready to purchase land, make sure you have it surveyed. Contact our friends at the Woodlands Group. Maybe you're selling land, dividing land up. Whatever the case is, the Woodlands Group can help you there. They handle residential and commercial clients. And again, they specialize in property line location, site plans, and a whole lot more. Maybe you have a construction project, and they have the latest equipment to make sure it's done right, including drones. Call Justin Palmer or Brandon Briggs at the Woodlands Group. Surveying Solutions. If you're looking for a deal, go to Facebook and type in East Mississippi Online Marketplace. Scroll through all of the pictures that are there and pick the item that you want to bid on. Bids end on Wednesday night and Sunday nights at 8 p.m. And the winning bid can pick up the product the next day. Again, it's easy to do. Go to Facebook, type in East Mississippi Online Marketplace, and find the items that you want to bid on and save a bunch of money. That's 2 different auctions, Wednesday and Sunday night. Both sales end at 8 p.m. Welcome back, Scotty, Ray, and Candace, and our special guest, Miss Haley. How are you over there?
Good.
All right.
Yes.
I wanted to address this. I posted this last night, and it breaks my heart because an end of an era has happened. Did you see what Dodge announced?
I didn't see it, but I
did.
Yeah. The Challenger, Charger, muscle cars are over after 2023. They're not making them. They're going to focus on electric cars. So if you want one...
What's that tell you? Yeah, because you can't go but so fast in an electric car. Don't you think?
That's true. Now, they got some they're testing that they're racing, but batteries go dead quick. But if you want one of these, next year's it. They're going to have special editions coming out next year as they wind this. It's just, they were really the only people that made muscle cars. Dodge was.
I like the Challengers. To me, they look more like the older, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I never quite understood why Dodge didn't do a remake of the 68, 69 model. They made them all 4-door. There was never a 2-door model.
Like the Camaros, that they have now, they don't look anything like the older Camaros.
And when they come out, they had commented that they would, and they didn't.
Yeah, they didn't.
Mustangs sort of looked like the older ones.
Sort of.
Not as close as I wanted, but boy.
I still wish I had a 69 Camaro.
Your husband can make that happen.
Camaro.
All he's got to have is about $150,000, and your dream
is that
can come
all,
true.
Scotty Ray? Is that all?
These, they used to sit around for $2,000 in somebody's yard. Nobody thought anything about it. Now it's a small fortune.
That's right.
I love them.
My sons love some old cars.
That 69, if you'll go back, is probably one of the best looking Camaros that was ever made.
Yes.
So many people love those. Let's see what else is happening across America as we look at some of these stories that happened today. I covered that one this morning there. We have somebody that's in trouble for not telling the truth. We go to Texas. A lot going on in Texas. He was the dean of a college. He even had his picture made with the Pope. Now, if you have your picture made with the Pope, you're supposed to be pretty up there. He lied about his PhD. He hadn't got one. He's the dean of a college. He's going to have to go away now because, well, he lied about it.
Was it worth it?
Yeah. I mean, your career is over.
How do you lie about that and like get away with it
Would you
before you get the job? Do they not like?
They
look
don't do
into
any
your-
background check. Is what
Obviously
happened.
not. Yeah.
Until
You'd
your
think the
neighbor
dean-
that you made mad 10 years ago goes, that's a lie. And they pick up the phone, they call.
Right.
Keeping the
Then-
lie up is what's hard. I would think would be
Yeah.
hard.
I just, why somebody
You
would
wanna
do that?
Stress yourself like that.
Absolutely.
Did you hear about this couple that in Wisconsin that went out for a walk? He was a retired journalist, and they're walking along their daily thing. He's hard of hearing. He's 77 years old. They're crossing a drawbridge. His wife's in front of him. The bridge goes up. He falls.
I did. I saw that.
70 feet to his death.
Oh my goodness.
I thought about how scared he would be.
So like, how would? I mean, do they not inspect before they bring the bridge up? Do they
Well,
not
I'm
inspect see if
sure
somebody's
where
on there?
that bridge guy is sitting, he can't see that. You know, your flaps come down. There's going to be more coming. I'm sure it's a lawsuit.
Gosh, there needs to be like when
Cameras.
a train's coming, well, cameras, and when there's a train coming, there's a bar that goes across the thing warning you that one's coming. That maybe they need something like that.
There's been several of those kind of
Bicycle.
deaths.
Not long ago, a guy fell off.
Yeah.
But trust me on this. If I'm
It's
on one and
awful.
something starts moving up, I'm going the other way.
Yeah. But the people, I think, that do the bridge are supposed to be checked. I mean, somebody's failing at their job. So.
Yeah. And that's what I meant by cameras. Do they have cameras on there to look at both sides and they just didn't check it?
Probably on their phone.
I don't doubt that. How many times have you gone into a convenience store trying to
Right.
buy a Coke and they can't ring you up because they're talking to somebody
Right.
that we all
Gosh. Yeah.
Next thing you know, this is something in the news today. And pay attention to this, y'all. They're saying that little interest rate hike didn't do anything to stop inflation. So what are they going to do? Go make it more.
Of course.
So be prepared. More is coming in your budget to be taken away from you. Did y'all ever watch a TV show called Texas Flip?
I did not watch that one.
Apparently, this guy is pretty big. His name is Randy Martin. He's 65, hosted a TV show there. Let me show his picture here. This is him. He's passed away.
Goodness.
I don't know all the circumstances
Said
of
he
that.
is following a battle with cancer.
Oh, bless his heart.
Goodness.
But pretty much a big TV show. I just don't watch those types of shows.
I love to watch them, but that's one I've missed. So.
Yeah,
We
I've never
can't
heard
get-
that one.
Past Dr. Pole working on a dog.
Oh, look, we've watched that a bunch. Too,
I am so
you know.
sick of that.
I know. I kind of had my fill of it too, but
Not
it's
Angie.
a good show. Yeah.
And look, we really got to talk about Dr. Pimple Popper, who really doesn't pop pimples anymore. She's removing gross and weird things that I just can't handle anymore.
Love
I
her.
can't take it.
Oh,
But,
I
you know,
love
Are
it.
you hooked on
Oh,
it?
I
lots of
love
people love it, and I've watched it, but there's many times within the program I have to look away.
Oh, I love
because it's
it.
just.
But you know what that show does bring to light is that there are so many people that have problems
Oh, yeah.
that you have no idea that they're walking around with, that it bothers them to the
Yeah.
core.
I mean, thank goodness for people like her that can help people with those problems.
I just wonder how people let it go so long.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
it grows so big. How do
I
you
just
let
wonder
that
if
happen?
maybe they don't have I don't know if she does this for free for these people.
No.
These people
I'm
that are
sure
on the
not.
show. You know what I'm saying? Like does she say, "Oh, you can come and I'll do it for free and we'll put you on the show," and that helps her?
Well,
you know
she's
what I'm saying?
probably getting her cut.
Right.
Somebody's paying her. They may
Yeah.
not be, but
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm
Somebody
wondering
is.
if that's maybe the reason, because some of these people like walk around with just
Well, it was
stuff
some
that
old
would
boy
be
that
awful for
had
their
all this
health.
and people grow their hair long trying to cover it up,
Yeah, it's
which I
sad.
couldn't do that.
There was one girl that had these big growths on her ears, and she had to wear like a band around her head all the time. You couldn't tell it while she had that on, but
But that
so
show is no
sad.
longer simple. It's moved to bigger issues there, and it makes you wonder: is where all these people come from across the United States? Is there not people that do this in their
there are
hometowns?
dermatologists. My husband
Right.
just had one on his arm that I wanted to watch be removed. I'm
Right.
like, they're in your state. They're probably in the closest city. I don't know.
Yeah, and that does answer that.
yeah.
Dr.
I
Pimple
don't
Popper.
think I'd want to go on national television.
I wouldn't either.
Have all that.
Oh yeah.
I'd be like, lock the doors. Don't let anybody
And some
see
of them are in some horrendous places.
Yes,
Yeah.
they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did y'all see this? And I don't know enough about it because I don't eat raw oysters. Do y'all eat raw oysters?
I've had them
Yes.
steamed, and I like them
No,
steamed.
I love
They
it
still
raw.
look raw, but they're not. I
Yeah,
guess.
this one happened in a restaurant, but I think it's 2 people that have died from eating this this week. Raw oysters at a seafood restaurant there. It's a bacteria
Yeah.
that gets in it.
I've heard
You
of people getting
died.
sick from.
Yeah.
oysters.
I like them fried.
I guess you just don't know. I mean, there's no way to look at it and tell if it'll make you sick. So just gotta take your chances.
I wrote my when I was pregnant, I wrote my doctor and said, I'm dying for a raw oyster. Can I please have one? And he wrote me back an expletive no.
You know, what is it that,
Heck no.
that you're not supposed to have, like iodine, maybe when you're pregnant?
I don't know,
Stuff
but I
that
know
has
that-
iodine in it. Or wait, is that right?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Or mercury? I don't know. Mercury, maybe.
I try not to eat that daily.
Because there's some fish that have that in it. If I'm not wrong about that, I don't know.
He said they're
Maybe I'm
dangerous
wrong.
for healthy people. Why would a pregnant woman? He wouldn't let me have one, so I didn't have any.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Somebody's brother, yeah,
Oh, brother-in-law died from that.
from eating raw oysters. Yeah, I've had them steamed. Like they in Georgia over there, they have like that's a big deal. They make these big steamers and they have this stuff called low country boil all the time and stuff. But anyway, the oysters, they put them all on this grate and they have like a fire underneath the thing with water in there and it steams them. And so like when they pop open a little bit, you know, they're
All right, I'm going to use the term that I typically don't use, and I'm going to call it you people. I don't normally use that, but you people that eat chitlins,
Yeah,
you're
I
in a
know.
world all your own because I don't want nothing you got.
No.
yeah. You know, my son, I've never had them, don't want them. But lots of people eat them, you know.
A country
To each his
mile, you
own.
know, if somebody's cooking that.
To each his own, yeah. Yeah, my son, my older son, which is the pickiest eater in the world, he's probably going to kill me for even mentioning stuff. But anyway, he's a picky eater. He don't want like
Is he a chitlin
mashed
man?
potatoes. He don't want macaroni and cheese. Don't eat spaghetti. But he, at the deer camp one time, tried stuff like that.
Oh,
I'm
one
like,
time, that doesn't count.
Well, maybe more than once, I don't know. And frog legs, I mean, stuff off the wall that I would not eat. But
Chitlins, it's for somebody.
Yeah.
It's just not for me.
yeah.
More coming up with Scotty, Ray, and Candace as Haley sits in with us this morning. We appreciate her, too. Let's go over and take and talk about our friends over at Snowden and Company. When it's time for your home, these are our folks that you need to talk to. You can reach them. They're right up here in the North Hills area. Oh, just like this couple here that went in. They got a house.
Yeah.
Maybe you need a brand new one, your dream home. Maybe your dream home is something smaller. You don't have to mow all that grass now. They got that. Maybe it's the big yard. They got that also out in the Bailey community. They'll be there through 5 o'clock this afternoon. Now, come Saturday, you can make an appointment to be shown a home. They're going to be closed on Sunday, and they can help you anywhere from Lauderdale, Clark, Newton, Neshoba, even over to the Jackson area, Brandon, Flowood. Whatever the home is, the size, big, little, they got that.
That's right. You can go online, like I said, and look at the pictures online of the homes, and then you can see them in person. Just contact an agent. If you want a specific school district that you want to be in, just give them a call. They
Yeah.
can get you there.
Maybe somebody's hogging the bathroom. You need more bathrooms. Talk to them. They'll get you a house that's got that.
Yeah.
This is Amanda, and this is her team. 453-3937. That's the number to reach. They'll do all the rest and take care of you. Visit them today.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
And welcome back, Scotty, Ray, and Candace. As we get ready for this big event, Haley's been here telling us about how you can make a little money with what's already in your house. And in some cases, it's a bunch of money.
Yeah. Yes, it is. A lot of people have made a bunch of money.
Yeah.
I myself, on my own items that I sell, I do good. $1,000, $1,200. So that's after a percent would come out. That's what that would be.
And most of this stuff is sitting around somebody's home just collecting dust that's in the corner, and you walk by it every day and go, I got to do something with that.
Well, a lot of people I hear them say, I give all my things to so-and-so because I don't have anything else to do with them. And I'm like, you have no idea how much money is sitting around your house.
Right.
Money to be had.
Now, tell us how to get some of this money to be had. Tell us more about this, where to go and what to do.
All right, so you can go to our website, sweetpeaswap.com, or you can go to our Facebook page, and it'll give you the very detailed instructions. My sister did this. She's very detailed, very organized. So you go through we have all the instructions on how to do it. And if you have questions, you can message us, and we'll be glad to help you. And then it'll just it gives you a number, and that'll be your consignor number. And then you hang your items, tag your items, and then you bring them in, and then you'll hang them up on the racks.
Now, this is what the website looks like if you're going to this. Let me show this again where you can see it here. This is sweetpeaswap.com is how you do that. Contact us. All of this area right here. You just click what you want to do here. It's kind of simple after that, isn't it?
It's very simple. It really is. It's stupid proof. And if you have trouble, make sure you message me. I'll probably get it, and I'll message you right back, or you can call me. I'll give you my number, whatever, and then we'll get you set up. It's not hard.
All right, we'll do that. Now, give us the dates when you can drop off, and then when the big sale happens.
So the drop-off is on September 8th, 9th, and 10th, and then the public sale is September 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th. It's only for one weekend. The big sale is only, the public sale is only for one weekend, so don't miss it because we break it down.
Now, this is up at the old mall, Bonita Lakes. It's called Uptown now, I think, but at the old Jeffries location.
Yes, at the old Jeffries location. It's huge. The building is perfect for consignment sale. So
it's got a lot of room and space. You've got air conditioning, don't you?
Yeah.
It's the latest craze, y'all.
I'm telling you, it's perfect. All the racks and everything are still up. So.
Oh, well, we appreciate you coming in and telling us all about that so we can get everybody ready for the big show.
Thanks for having me. I
Oh,
appreciate it.
Let's see here. I saw did y'all see this? We got enough time to tell this. They have found the birthplace of St. Peter. They were doing some archaeology stuff and dug up a stone that tells all about it. They built a church there where he was born.
Wow.
I'm telling you, there's things that they find that are in the Bible mentioned every day. A lot of folks just kind of ignore it, but that's out there. That stuff really existed.
Absolutely.
Other news this morning, let's see here. Joe called his friend Liz as soon as she got beat, told her it was going to be all right. He probably told her, you can come on over to the Democratic Party. We still like you. That's what I figure happened there.
Well, I figure that's what's going to take place anyway.
Yeah, I want to tell somebody else, no need of running, but Mike, because this will seal his fate, Mike Pence is saying that now he may go before the January 6th committee to talk.
I saw that.
Yeah, if you want to do that, go ahead and finish your political career.
Well, I kind of feel like, I don't know. I don't want to say anything against it, but yeah. It surprised me. I'm just going to say that. Yeah.
Trump is hitting that if he were to be president, he might have his own raid on a couple of people called the Clintons.
He needs to.
And Obama. Yeah, that's what, I was going to ask that the other day. Maybe if the tables turn and he goes back into office, will it be a...
He was really a nice guy that first time. He didn't do none of the locker up, none of that happened.
I think he's a little ticked now.
That's a gentle way.
That is a gentle word to represent how he feels right now, probably.
That's a few of the headlines across America. And we'll get into tomorrow about how many failed that crossed him, that said, well, you don't matter anymore, you're not president. It's been a heap of them that's not going to be back in office. We want to say thank you to everybody that joined in. Of course, Haley for driving all the way here and hanging out with us this morning.
Yes.
She's making biscuits next time, she said.
Oh, is she?
No.
Is she bringing you banana pudding too?
No. No.
But we do hope y'all have a wonderful day. We'll see you back at 8 a.m. in the morning, and stay safe if the rain does enter our area.
Yep,
See
we'll
you
be
back
here.
there.
Thank y'all so much for being a part of this.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: